Welcome to The Explainer. You know, if you love tracking massive cultural shifts and the raw data behind them, well, we've got a fascinating case study for you today. We're looking at a brand new trend that's literally dominating the charts right now. And you can think of this explainer as your essential pre-watch guide.
Okay, let's dive into this. So what exactly is capturing an entire nation's attention so incredibly fast? We're talking about a track taking Taiwan by storm, and it's moving at a speed that honestly demands we look closely at the underlying data.
And that brings us right to where we're starting, number one. This isn't just a popular new release that's, doing kind of well. This is the absolute top trending video in the entire region of Taiwan right now. Hitting that number one spot across an entire region, that requires some intense, immediate cultural resonance.
Section 1. Taiwan's top trending video. The track is Glass by Gareth.T.
Section 2. Breaking down the numbers and the velocity of a viral hit.
The absolutely crucial metric to start with is 2, as in just 2 days. That's the incredibly fast timeline we're tracking here. I mean, going from unpublished to chart-topping status in just 48 hours, that indicates some massive word-of-mouth acceleration.
Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is mapping the audience engagement against that tiny 2-day window. It reveals a massive spike. We're looking at nearly 500,000 views in just 48 hours. And it's not just passive listening either. Over 16,000 likes and more than 300 comments show an audience that is actively reacting to Glass.
Section 3. The team behind the track and crafting the hit. Let's move to the production side and see how this builds.
Looking at the official provider description, we see the traditional master, Chris Geringer, paired alongside a very specific modern role, immersive master Alex Psaroudakis. This really highlights the technical sophistication required in music today. They didn't just put out a standard stereo track, they mastered this specifically for a deeply enveloping spatial audio experience.
Continuing our peek behind the curtain, we've got to give credit to the specific architectural minds behind the track. The arranging duties were handled by Gab DeLeon alongside a second arranger simply credited as E. These are the creatives who actually structured the sound, the pacing, and the emotional build of Glass, turning those raw melodies into a cohesive, chart-topping arrangement.
But here's a highly unusual detail. So the crucial point is the official provider data actually lists the copyright metadata as 2026 Warner Music Hong Kong Limited. Yes, 2026. Whether it's just a fascinating clerical quirk or some avant-garde futuristic strategy by the label, it adds a really surprising layer of intrigue to the whole release.
Section 4. Your pre-watch guide and exactly what you need to know. All right, before you go hit play, let's recap the anatomy of this viral hit. First, you're about to listen to the undeniable #1 trending video in Taiwan. Second, it achieved this explosive dominance in practically no time, just 2 days. Third, it's sitting on a rapidly climbing foundation of over 473,000 views. And finally, you now know to listen closely for that incredible sonic polish provided by a top-tier immersive production team.
Which leaves us with one final, compelling question to consider as you prepare to check it out. Will this blazing 2-day trajectory hold the #1 spot? The velocity is completely undeniable right now, but chart dominance is fiercely competitive. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now that you have the context, the raw data, and those behind-the-scenes production insights, it's time for you to go experience Gareth.'s Glass for yourself and see exactly what all the hype is about. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.